Hi everybody, it's Randy Baker from Composition and Visual Design. Today I just want to go through with you how to shoot your week 2 shooting assignment. This is a pretty simple shot. It's a product lifestyle tabletop shot, meaning that you're going to shoot this on a tabletop, and it's either a product or a lifestyle shot. And you can you're going to have 3 layers here: a foreground, midground, background. Week 1 we had 2 layers. A foreground and a background. That's also called a near-far composition. But this week we have 3 layers: a foreground, midground, background. The foreground layer is where the focal point is going to be. It's going to have the most visual weight in the shot. It's going to be on the left side, taking up the lower left 4 quadrants of the shot, as you can see here with the baseball card. And then the midground is going to be back here on the right, balancing out the image, because if you make an asymmetrical image, you have to put something on the opposite side of the frame to balance that out so it's not unbalanced. And we really want this midground area to be up here on the intersecting point or close by here, and then you want a background. And in that background, we want to see a variation of bright and dark colors. It's pretty simple. But to start out with, first, you have to do the pre-visualization workflow. So in week 2, there in assignment 211, there is an assignment that says, it's called What Makes a Great Looking Image. This is really the pre-visualization workflow that we talked about in week 1. This is a little bit more formal introduction to that, and it's really important that you do this. This is one of those things that a lot of people will blow off, but in fact, it's one of the most important things you can do to really help you learn how to shoot and to help you develop your own voice and your style. And we'll talk a little bit about that. So it's a really pretty simple 4-step process. And the first step is you're going to figure out what type of shot you're shooting. Again, this week we're shooting a lifestyle product shot. So you need to go out on the internet and you need to do some research about what that means to shoot a lifestyle product shot. And if you just type in Google how to shoot a lifestyle product shot, what you're going to see is you're going to get a ton of different videos and articles and tutorials, infographics, things like that on how to do it. And that's what you want to do. You want to pick 2 videos, and you want to pick 2 articles, and then you want to look at a bunch, and you want to read those and watch those, and simply 2 of them, and you'll find there's 13, 14 million of each of those up there. What you'll find is once you read and watch those things, it will give you a pretty good idea about the type of shot you're going to shoot. In this case, a lifestyle product shot, and how to do that. And then once you figure that out, once you kind of do that research, then you got to go out and you got to brainstorm. Okay, and so by brainstorming, my mentor used to say to me, when you brainstorm, you throw up everything on paper. Okay, that's how you do it. You just throw up all your ideas on paper, and then go through. So what you want to do is you want to look around, now that you know what type of shot you're going to shoot and what that entails. You want to look around your house and figure out, what do I have? And first of all, you got to figure out what the story is you're going to tell. Remember what we said in week 1. We gave you that 19-month success guide and said that if you really want to be successful by the time you graduate here, then you're going to have to really go out there and shoot a couple different small projects on your own every month. And we talked about how to make those projects doable by making them something that you can write in half a day, shoot in half a day, and edit in half a day. If you do that, that's very doable to do one of those every 2 weeks. And that way, by the time you graduate in 19 months, you'll have about 38 to 40 different projects that you'll have as part of your portfolio instead of 3 or 4 short films, which is what you're going to end up with. So it's really, really vitally important that you make that list and you start going through there. So first of all, every project that you do in this class, we want to see coming from that list. You're adults. I didn't make you turn that in. It's your responsibility to be doing that. If you don't do that, 19 months from now, you're going to be kicking yourself. I'm just telling you that now. So you brainstorm and figure out, okay, what project do I want to do? What do I need to do a shot for that's a lifestyle product shot? And then what do I have around me that I can really use? For me, I'm getting ready to do a project on lenses and how to clean lenses and different types of lenses that are available. So I want to do a lifestyle product shot about lenses. That's kind of what I have a project that I'm going to do. So then once I figure that out, then I go back out on the research on the internet and I do more research about those product shots. Now through this article we use coffee as a example of this, but I'm going to be using lenses. So that's what I'm going to do. And then once you have that down, the last part of this is really aggregating all that information and sitting down and making a plan. Actually sit down and write it down. where you're going to shoot it, when you're going to, what do you need to shoot it, when are you going to shoot it, and so really make a plan all before you even pick up the camera. So this is all the pre-visualization, pre-production workflow that you need to do before you pick up a camera. So, I'm going out there, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, here's some things about how to shoot tabletop lifestyle product shots. And you can see there are 14,100,000 search results on this. If I look at videos, here just at videos, it doesn't tell me how many there are, but you can see there's a ton of videos out there. And if I go in there and I type in articles on how to shoot, and I look at all, and I hit enter, again, another 14,000. Let's do it again. Articles on how to. 4 million, only 4 million. So, you pick 2 articles, you pick 2 videos, and you watch those. And then once you figure out what you're going to shoot, then you go back out on the internet. Here I just typed in a very simple search query, and you got to learn how to do search queries. This search query is called image of lens on tabletop. It's that simple. And so when I'm looking through here, I'm going, okay, nah, those are all flat lay. I don't want to do that. Actually, here's one. Here's one that's kind of what I'm looking to do. It's got multiple layers, not exactly what I want to do. So if I click on that, what happens is that it puts a bunch of other similar type images up here, and that one's not too bad. This one's not too bad either. That's a little crowded for what I'm doing. But if I keep going, now that's not too bad. That's kind of what I want to see. So if I look at something like that, I go, okay, that's good. You can see all 3 lenses here. Not quite what I'm going to do. I got to meet the assignment requirement, which calls for a focal point in the left front of the image, and then a midground in the right mid part of the image, and then a background. So it's kind of there. It's got a foreground, it's got a midground, it's got a background. Now the problem here is it's got 4 focal points here in the front. What we want to see is a singular focal point. So just understand that. So that's it. And then once you do this, in weeks 3 and 4, you're going to need to include these emulated images that you found. And so it's a matter of just going out there and doing different search queries. You can do things like you can type in stock footage of images of lenses on a table. And then it's just going to show you stock footage of and again, you can start seeing a little bit better. Here's one that looks, pretty good. That's not quite exactly what I'm doing, but it's close. So you can see that. And if you start looking through these, you see a lot of different types of images. And the whole point of this is that you want to get some inspiration. And again, if you really understand how to do this and you do this well, then it's going to help you develop your own voice and style. So I'm going to type in artistic image of lens on a tabletop. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, artistic, and that really doesn't turn up much more a much better tabletop. So it's just a matter of going back through. If I look at stock footage of image of lens and books on tabletop, because they've been include a book in mine. So now let's look at the books kind of dominated that. So you can see it doesn't always work, and you got to really kind of go out and do some a little bit better search images. Well, let me get rid of the books and take a look at that again. And let's see what we see. Again, same types of images that you're seeing. This is good. Here's another good one. This is kind of more what we're looking for: foreground, midground, background. So let's say I'm gonna choose that to do. Okay, so that's it. So that's the pre-visualization workflow that you need to do right off the bat before you even pick up the camera. Once you have that done, then you're ready to start planning your shot.